Changing Little Forest Village. Nestled deep within the Emerald Hills, the Little Forest Village had always been a quiet and peaceful place. Tall teak trees surrounded the tiny wooden houses, and the sound of birds woke everyone at dawn. The villagers lived simple lives. They farmed, fished, and shared everything they had. No one in the village ever imagined that their world would change. One summer morning, a strange noise echoed through the forest, the sound of engines. It was the first time the villagers had heard machines. Trucks rolled into the valley carrying people from the city. They came with maps, metal poles, and bright helmets. The villagers watched curiously as the outsiders began measuring the land and talking about building a road that would connect the village to the nearby town. At first, the idea sounded exciting. A road would mean easier travel, more visitors, and better trade. The younger villagers dreamed of selling their forest fruits and handmade baskets in the city. The elders, however, worried that the peace of the forest would disappear. "When the road comes," said the oldest man, "Uba, the forest will no longer belong to us alone." Weeks passed, and construction began. The roar of machines replaced the songs of birds. Trees that had stood for decades were cut down, and the once clear stream turned muddy. Children watched in silence as their favorite playground, the old banyan grove, was turned into a pile of earth. Some villagers found jobs helping the construction workers, while others stayed home, uneasy about the changes. When the road was finally completed, the little forest village was no longer the same. Visitors arrived every weekend, bringing cameras and money. The small shops near the road grew busier, selling snacks and drinks to travelers. Some villagers became tour guides, showing people the waterfall and the old shrine in the forest. Life became faster, noisier, and somehow brighter. But not everyone was happy. The animals began to leave the forest, frightened by the constant noise. The clean stream where children used to bathe became polluted. The night sky, once filled with stars, was now dimmed by the glow of electric lights. Many of the elders missed the days when the only sounds at night were the crickets and the wind. One evening, a young girl named Theory sat by the edge of the new road, watching the headlights flicker through the trees. She loved learning about the outside world, but she also missed the quiet beauty of the village she once knew. "Maybe," she thought, "change isn't always bad. But we must learn to protect what makes us who we are." Theory gathered some of her friends and started a small project. They planted new trees along the roadside and built bins to keep the area clean. Slowly, more villagers joined her effort. Even some travelers helped, donating seeds and tools. The village began to find a new balance between growth and preservation, between the modern and the natural. Years later, people would still call it the Little Forest Village, but now with pride. It was no longer just a hidden place in the woods. It was a living symbol of change. A village that learned to grow without forgetting its roots.